Hey guys, welcome to the 2022 International 6 Days Enduro here in beautiful France. We have just started here. We've checked in, done their sign-on, noise test, all that stuff like that. They've done a whole week worth of walking. I think they're up to almost 100 kilometers of test walking. So now bikes are checked in and we're getting ready for 6 days of some pretty brutal racing. So yeah, pretty excited to be here. Beautiful country, beautiful place, and yeah, amped, ready to go.
Okay, quick explanation of the 6 days. I've obviously done plenty of them, so I'm at that stage where I just like watching now, but the thing's been running for about, well, since 1913 it started, and it started to sort of test the motorcycles manufactured from the countries that they were, like England made bikes and all that sort of stuff, and it progressed into like a teams thing where it didn't matter what bike you rode, but you're representing your country. So yeah, here we are. We've got quite a few Aussies. We've got a girls trophy team and the junior team, which is under 23 I think, and then the senior team, which is kind of like the elite team. It's a bit like a car rally in a way, where you have to ride all day. It's a very, very physical course because they're riding, I think, about 8 hours. And then they have to do these special tests. That's where they use most of their energy in the tests. So it's an incredibly physical day. And to make it even worse, when they get in at the end, then they have to do all the work on their bikes themselves and change tyres and stuff like that. So that's a physical thing itself, and you can't get a flat tyre, so it's like changing a tyre with the air still in it, so it's really tricky. I'm in the background here. We've got Daniel Milner. He's going the best out of the Aussies at the moment, and going extremely well. He's had some great tests in the top 10. Okay, this gentleman here is Todd. He's come from a good test. He's just finished the last test and got 16th. I don't know if you knew that, but that's unreal. He's come from motocross, last year's motocross champion. He just finished the Australian Championships this year and got 3rd, so going fantastic. It's quite exceptional to have somebody doing both like Todd's been doing, but it's not unusual to have a guy from motocross come into this. To do it at the same time is unusual, but Todd's doing exceptionally well. He's learning all this stuff about changing moves and all this hard stuff. He's got obviously heaps of endurance, so anyway, he's in a learning curve, but he's going exceptionally well, and he's one of the guys we need in the future for sure. Kyron's just come in at the end of day 3. It's a sort of a main thing that they do, where they try and get 2 tyres on, as well as getting extra traction. It makes them feel better in the head, so if they don't get that done, they're pretty upset. They always seem to start on the rear. It's the harder one to do. So you know, he's 20 years old now. He's going unreal. He won the 4 day, so he's got a lot of pressure on him to go well, don't you, Kyron? He's going to do the front next, and usually they try and get an air filter. They get 15 minutes to do it, so it's not a lot of time, and they'll lube the chain and a few things like that. But yeah, if they've had a good day and no crashes, then everything's pretty smooth, and this is regular stuff for them.
Man, this shit's the real deal. It's been brutal. Trail's been insane.
He's never had to ride 3 or 4 days in a row, so
Lucky I got Dad here.
we're back home and the 4-day, this will be the last day and it'll be amazing. But yeah, I guess we just got to get through the day, make sure we do it clean. The morning work period is only a 10-minute work period, so now it's pretty much just check over, make sure everything's all good, and yeah, if we need to do some small changes, then we do it here.
I had a good run going. There's big rocky sections I was just bombing it through with the front wheel up, and I felt good, and I was top gear along this fire road, and before I knew it I clipped something and I just cartwheeled massive. Felt that my arm was a bit dead, and I reached next to me and I felt it, and it was hollow. My shoulder popped out and gone underneath, so you know, the boys were riding insane. A bit devastated, we were starting to progress. It's all new for me, the off-road experience, and I felt like we were progressing.